A lot of conversation in Hollywood right now about who's allowed to play who or what, and I think it's rather ridiculous since they're all playing pretend, but some people are getting a little sick of it. I did a video on Ian McKellen, who I'm sure you remember as Gandalf or Magneto, and he came out and said he thinks that it's ridiculous, and it's good that he did because he's got a lot of weight in this conversation since he's a gay man. And he says, why can't anybody play that role? Am I not allowed to play heterosexual men? And he's right. They're playing pretend. He called them pretenders. We're all playing pretend. I love it. I think that that's great. And he's right. Anybody should be able to play anything. This weird woke rule that if you want to play a gay man or even like a Jewish man, which he references in this article, you need to be from those backgrounds. And that's a little ridiculous. A little bit of research, conversation. Why can't you play those roles? He says, would I not be allowed to play a Gentile? Would I not be able to play a Jewish man? Can I not play a heterosexual man? This is ridiculous. Because he's gay and he plays heterosexual men quite often. So he's like, am I not going to be allowed to do that anymore? This is ridiculous. So I think that it's important for people to come up and say things like this because things are getting ridiculous. You should be able to play anything you want, but the law of woke literally is everywhere and up everything now. And now you have Andrew Garfield coming out and talking about it. Of course, Andrew recently reprising his role as Spider-Man in No Way Home. Did a great job, by the way. I think he was probably the surprise hit of that movie. I think most people walk into that movie. All of us knew Toby and Andrew were going to be in it, but most of the people were really looking forward to Toby. Because let's face it, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, kind of underwhelming. Not that great, and I don't think it's his fault. If anything, he proved in this movie that it's not his fault. It was the scripts, and he got a lot of redemption in this movie. But going back to the topic at hand, he agrees with Ian and says anybody should be able to play these roles. If not, it'll be the death of the imagination, and he's right. He doesn't speak in depth on this, though the article makes it look like it. It's at the end of it, this long interview, and they put that at the top. So, that's how I took notice of this, but it's all the way down here, right at the end. And here's where it starts. Garfield's love life. He dated Spider-Man co-star Emma Stone for years, and he has recently been seeing American model and singer Alyssa Miller. Was public enough for his casting in Angels in America to prompt an early version of a very current argument. Should straight actors play gay roles? And he says this, I think it's two different conversations getting conflated. He says one is about equality of opportunity, and I'm completely in on that because we should want a world which no matter your sexual orientation, your color, or your heritage, everyone gets a fair whack. But the other is about empathic imagination. And if we only allow people to be cast as exactly who they are, it'll be the death of it. So the two separate conversations have to happen simultaneously because I'm not willing to support the death of empathic imagination. It's what we need most as a culture, and it's beautiful. It's the only thing that's going to save us right now. So he kind of walks the line a little bit, but he doesn't agree with the narrative. And I do like that. And I wonder, because unlike Ian McKellen, Andrew's not gay. Andrew, I believe, is straight. And usually you're not allowed to have these kind of conversations if you are. So I'm wondering if something's going to happen to him. I think this came out around, so the 19th of March. Not that long ago is when he gave this interview. But I do agree with him. I don't understand why people can't play whatever. It's just silly to me. And there's been a big push for it. A lot of these woke actors are out there. Like even, and this really happened, Colin Farrell played the Penguin in the Batman. I'm sure you've seen the movie or at least heard of it or know that he does. And they were literally called to arms because people wanted them to cast an ugly person to play the Penguin. They're like, Colin Farrell's getting this role, but there's so many ugly people out there that need work. They're putting all this makeup on him, but he's not ugly. We need to get an ugly person to play Penguin. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who can't? Anybody can play that. Like, it's stupid. And of course they want to get Colin Farrell. He's a big name. But it's just how ridiculous these things get. Even recently with the Spider-Woman movie. Excuse me, not Spider-Woman, Madam Web. A movie I really don't understand why it's getting made. It's not more of a supporting character. I don't know how you put that character into a whole movie, but whatever. In the comics, the original Madam Web is a blind woman in a wheelchair. Literally, people were calling for a blind woman in a wheelchair to play her. They obviously did not do that, and people were very upset. And that's just the ridiculousness of what's going on right now. Anyway, I agree with Andrew. I agree with Ian. You're pretenders. Just pretend. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. They're usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.